YouTube? It's Amazing Buys, and oh my goodness, we're almost at 1,800 subscribers. If you are new to the channel, this is where we discuss shopping, fragrance, and do reviews. So before I get started, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the notification bell, like, and subscribe. And let's get started. So today I'm doing a late post, but I did show you guys in a short that I went to Lush earlier today. So this time that I went to Lush, I was actually by myself. The first time I was with my kids, so I was kind of browsing through and rushing, but I did do a walkthrough video. If you haven't checked that out, definitely go back and check out that video. That was actually my first time in Lush, so this is my second trip. And this time I wanted to, if you're new to the channel, a baby interrupts my video all the time. Okay, so this time I wanted to do an in-depth review of the body sprays that they have. They do also have fragrances, but I talked about that a little bit more in my last video, so I wanted to focus on their actual body sprays. If you aren't familiar with this store, it's like an all-natural store. They're mainly known for their bath bombs, but they do have cosmetics, hair care, skin care, they have like all kinds of things, body washes, all of that. So as of right now, they have their spring and Valentine's Day out. I am going to show you guys a couple of products that they have, but overall, I do want to focus on the body sprays. Now, they come in interesting packaging. They kind of look like all black Windex bottles. So the spray on the actual like spray on them is has a pretty good strength. Okay, so the first one we are going to go over is Avocado Chas. So this has notes of, let's see, cubeba, maybe I'm pronouncing that wrong, but I'm going to try my best, and bergamot. So I thought that this one would have more of like a green note in it because of the avocado, but when you think of avocado, it's kind of like a neutral scent, I guess. By the way, I love avocados. But anyways, yeah, this one was pretty much, it was a citrus scent. It was very refreshing. And speaking of which, looking on the website, it's in the fruity refreshing category. So if you like citrus scents, this would be great, especially for the summertime when it gets really hot. So the store associate was talking to me while I was looking at a couple of fragrances. By the way, she was really nice. So from the first visit for Lush and the second time, the customer service in there was amazing. They are super, super nice and very knowledgeable about their products as well. So she was saying that pretty much what I'm telling you, that it's something very refreshing for the summertime and stuff like that. So like the lemon tends to neutralize, you know, body odor pretty much. So I know a lot of people use lemon and lime for their armpits. So like I said, again, this is a great fragrance if you love citrus. Next up, we have Twilight. So this is in the sleepy lavender category. And the notes for this is lavender, benzoin, tonka, and ylang ylang, if that's how you pronounce it. Okay, so this one is not like a deep earthy lavender. This was actually pretty nice. So I did just discuss Charosa, is it 59? The purple one that just came out, and I said that it was a really nice nighttime scent. This one is a nighttime scent. It's soft. You do get that lavender. It has like a comforting feel to it. Okay, next up we have Let the Good Times Roll. This is it flat out says this is a buttery popcorn fragrance. This one was very, very interesting. Let's see. Oh, it doesn't have the notes listed. It pretty much says this is a buttery, popcorn fragrance. But it is not just a typical buttery popcorn fragrance to me. The best way that I described it, and I was like, when I smelled it, I was like, this does smell like caramel popcorn, but something is a little bit different in there. Like something smells gourmand. It doesn't smell like popcorn. Like it's something other than popcorn in there. And then like the associate came up and she was like, I think it smells like a sugar cookie and caramel and caramel popcorn. And I was like, that's what it is. This one smells like sugar cookie and caramel popcorn combined. So you do get like a little bit of the like the caramel, the buttery, the salty note, but it's like I feel like that sugary cookie note in there. I know the notes are not listed, but that's what it smells like. I feel like that calms it down, so like you're not just walking around like smelling like buttery salty popcorn. So this one I feel like it actually was pretty good, which is surprising because I mean, personally me, I wouldn't want to walk around smelling like popcorn. I love the smell of popcorn. I love buttery popcorn, kettle popcorn, caramel popcorn. I love popcorn, but I don't want my body to smell like it. But this one, like I said, that sweet sugar cookie smell in there leveled it out. Okay, up next we have rose jam. This has rose, geranium, and lemon in it. So this one I've talked about in the previous video if you haven't watched it, but I feel like if you like rose, you will really like this scent. It's not earthy from the geranium. It smells really nice, like a nice crisp rose scent. Next up, we have Sex Bomb. And the first thing that I thought when I seen this was, what's that movie? Scott Pilgrim. They're like, we got the Sex Bomb. Okay, sorry. All right, so the notes for this is jasmine, clary sage, and ylang ylang. This one had like a muskier scent to it. Typically when you see something that's supposed to be like sensual or whatever, it tends to have like a muskiness to it. So this one was musky, a mixture of floral, musky, and the sage. You do smell the sage. It's not too much though, I want to say. Sorry, I gotta adjust that. It's not too much and overpowering. I think that they blended it pretty good. This one I feel like was pretty decent. Okay, next up we have Dirty. And despite its name, it actually smelled clean. So this is in the fresh, crisp, and cool category. So the notes for this one is mint, sandalwood, and lavender. Specifically spearmint. Okay, so this one caught me off guard, obviously because of the name, but this is a nice minty smell. If you are into mint notes in your fragrances, you will like this one. All right, for the next one, we have Big. I didn't know what I was expecting because of the name for this, but it says Neroli Breeze at the Beach. So this has notes of neroli, mandarin, and orange flower. To me, if you are into the orange blossoms notes in fragrances, you will definitely like this one because that is what stood out to me the most. And this has like an orange blossom scent through and through. Okay, so for the next one, this had to be the most interesting. This is the last body fragrance that they had. I will say that the other store did have a little bit more body mist compared to this one. But for the last one, we have Guardian of the Forest. This is in the green, clean, woodsy category. Well, in the description, it says woodsy cypress, invigorating lime oil, and lingering note of soothing oak moss absolute. Let me put the laptop down for a second. This one was so interesting. It really, really was. When I tell you that this smells like the forest, it does. The associate saw me smelling and she was like, that's actually my favorite one. And I smelled it and I'm like, this is your favorite one? But it's so weird because it doesn't smell like great, but it doesn't smell bad. And she described it perfectly. Like, she was like, does it remind you like you're sitting under a tree in like the forest? And I'm like, yeah, but that wasn't the description she said that that grasped it. It was the one afterwards, later on, where she was like, it smells like Mother Earth. There you go. You smell the dirt, you smell the grass, you smell the bark, you smell the tree, you smell the leaves, you smell just fresh air. All of those combined. This literally, that's what they should have named this, Mother Earth. So yeah, this is a very earthy scent, but it is not earthy in like a oh my gosh type of way. I feel like I would appreciate this more in candle form. I personally wouldn't wear it on myself, but if somebody was wearing it, I would just be like, oh, okay. If you know someone who like is definitely into natural stuff, they like green notes. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do like green notes as well. This one is just a little bit too much for me, but it's also not a bad scent. Like if it was like what the associate was telling me was when she's cleaning like her house, she likes to light that. For me, I told her when I'm cleaning my house, I like the smell of like lemons because it just gives it that extra clean smell. But this one was so interesting. Like it's not, oh my gosh, guys, you have to buy this like a must have, but it's not bad either. The smell I would say is like a nostalgic thing. Like you literally smell like, it smells like outside, like fresh green, like nature. Okay, so speaking of which, the store did have a couple of other items. For example, they had grass body wash, which that was like the greenest thing in the store. It definitely smelled like fresh cut grass. So yeah, this store was pretty interesting, I would say. When I was by myself, kid free, and I actually you know, got to test and go through each of the products, I was like, this store is pretty nice. Now there's stuff, I would say as far as the price, it's kind of middle to high price stuff. But I feel like if it's all natural stuff, it is going to cost a little bit more. So I would say based on it being all natural, the price isn't that bad. So they have things, again, like gift sets, and also they are really good with samples. And even in the other store, they offered me free samples, but I was in a rush, so I turned it down. But they do give you free samples that are there. So I did get a couple of that. I did buy some hair products for my husband. So his scalp is kind of dry. So I wanted to get something, you know, natural to see if it'll help. So I got him like a hair treatment and some shampoo. I think specifically the treatment was called Roots, and then I got him the shampoo called Rehab. Actually, both of them have mint in there, so I thought it would be something, you know, that would help, like, you know, itchy scalp. So yeah, I did end up getting those. So later on in a, you know, later video, I'll give you guys like a review of that to see how it works. And like, you know, the samples. But overall, I feel like I like the Lush store. They have really nice things, and natural is always better, I guess, right? So yeah, that is pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching, and sorry for the late video. I had so much things to do today. But thank you guys for watching, and as always, have fun, stay blessed, and happy shopping. Bye!